Hey, I'm Ron Mason. Wild times we're living in. In the last 90 days, the world has really changed. COVID-19, we've had the lowest GDP per quarter since 2008. We have rapid adoption of new technology as we adjust to our new socially distant new economy. Chaos creates opportunity, and a wise man once said, never waste a good recession. So, a bit about me. I've been a retained recruiter in the technology sector for 22 years, working with Red Hat, Oracle, NetScout, FireEye, Information Builders, SaaS Institute, Juniper, Mapara, Marketo, MariaDB, Silos, Quintic, and many of the companies, quite frankly, they've been rolled up into the likes of Oracle and others, right? Early phase startups. I work with chief revenue officers. I bring chief revenue officers, sales leaders, and revenue creating functions into my client base, which are usually small to mid-sized companies. So the economy's moved recessionary. And if you're a small to mid-sized business owner today, now more than ever, you need a highly trained sales leader to lay out a sales process for you that can effectively close deals in this new economy. If you don't do anything, you're going to continue to get the same results, right? And will you survive? So who is your chief revenue officer? Who is your sales leader? The CRO has responsibility for marketing, customer success, customer experience, and sales. This is the person who takes control of growing your company. And when I'm looking to hire this person, there are 5 rules, 5 secret traits that I'm filtering for to find the top 1% CRO hire. The 5 rules are all around match points, really. And how do we identify those match points? So the first rule is we want to hire for a person who comes out of a similar sized company as yours. This means they'll be able to sell without a big brand. They'll be able to get deals done. They'll be able to get doors open. They can hire top performing reps who are also not selling with a big brand. The second rule, or the second match point, is we want to hire our CRO from the same industry or niche or a tangential niche. We're looking for domain expertise. The domain expertise points to understanding your prospects' problems, your decision makers' problems, which means that we can differentiate more effectively with competitive solutions. And that learning curve really accelerates the performance arc. The shorter the learning curve, the greater the arc. The third rule is a sales model match point. You want your new sales hire, your sales leader, your CRO, to come from the same type of model. So if you sell direct, you want to hire a CRO who comes from a direct model. If you sell digital, a CRO from the digital model. Channel. Make sense? In fact, I would also highly recommend your new CRO be highly knowledgeable of digital funnels. Who can they contract with to create your sales funnels? Who can they contract with to create your great sales copywriting? With a good digital funnel, you have your best sales rep selling for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The fourth rule is the personality trait sector, right? So we want to match personality traits. These will let us know if your candidate has perseverance, discipline, drive, and if they're competitive. If it's academics, were they magna cum laude, right? Did they have leadership in their academics? It points to drive, talent, and persistence. If it's arts, for instance, let's say you're a musician, we want a level of mastery in the instrument of choice, right? That points to, again, tenacity, drive, talent. And then if we're looking at sports where they captain their team in high school or captain in college or they captain their current club team, is your CRO candidate a triathlete? Is that person a mountaineer, a ski mountaineer? Are they into endurance sports in general? Endurance sports points to a high degree of pain tolerance. They can handle discomfort. They definitely have drive and discipline, and they do it on their own, right? So they're independent. They're going to get results. And then our fifth match point is a team match. So if you're considering hiring your CRO, who is currently an RVP for a much larger company, they may manage 15 reps, they're not going to be a great match for your 2-man sales team. You'll be wrong. It'll be a bad hire. The RVP in this case, in this example, is a behind-the-desk manager. Your CRO, who you're going to hire, we want them to be comfortable leading a smaller team, up to 5 or 6 perhaps, right? Scale to your team. We want them to be able to be a player coach. A player coach is someone who can also get out in the field, prospect, create appointments, get activity leading to deal flow. They're a participant in the sales team, right? They're a player coach. So we don't want to reinvent the wheel or be the smartest person in the room. If you're the engineer and you run your company, you're not professionally trained in sales. And just as your CRO is not going to be able to architect your product, you're not going to be able to sell as effectively as a highly trained chief revenue officer. Therefore, you can't afford not to make this hire. And these rules that I just gave you, these 5 rules, will help you make a top 1% chief revenue officer. The 5 rules will help you ensure that you get a hard-hitting top 1% chief revenue officer. So thank you for taking the time. If you put your name and your email in the bar below, I will send you the white paper, which includes the 5 rules in detail that we just talked about, how to create your job description to differentiate you from your competition, right? And I'll also send you the search process itself so you could do your own recruiting. Which tools do you use? How do you build a list of candidates? What do you say to those candidates? How do you reach them on which medium? And then how do you bring them into a conversation? As well as how do you set up your job description online to be much more impactful. So click the link below, put your name and your email in, and we'll talk to you soon.